Oh boy, boys and girls, it's been a couple days. I've been working and such. We got a few articles to look at today.
Oh, hey, Gavin.
No, Joe, no. Go away,
Oh, Gavin. I just want a nibble.
Joe. You can't do this. I know the polls are looking good for you, Joe, but please no.
Oh, fine, Gavin. But you know, Epstein ain't the only one with an island. If you're copping a feel of what I'm groping
Joe,
at.
please, just go. Let me continue. All right. Anyway, now we got that out of the way. I got a few articles here. One about Joe Biden, not his nibbling, but we've got one about him, and then one about Obama seems to be flip flopping. Who knew Obama was a flip flopper? Joe Biden lashes out at protesters, telling one, "You listen to too much Bernie," and another, "Vote for Trump." This comes. Let's see. I think there's a little video here. Basically, 3-minute video. I'm not gonna play this whole video. Just it was a bunch of activists for protesters saying, trying to get Joe to commit to saying he won't deport any more immigrants, like none, period. And I'm gonna give Joe this one. Joe's been saying some crazy stuff recently in the past, I'd say 2 weeks. It seems like the man's going senile. He's also nibbling and biting people like a zombie. But you know, the guy in this video tries to say, or tries to get Joe to say that he'll do no more deportations, and Joe basically tells him to vote for Trump. I think he misunderstood what he was trying to get at, and then afterwards, he got the drift of what this guy was selling, and he said, "No, we're not going to deport any. We're not going to do that. We have to deport people." Like, I'll give Joe one thing. He's not full insane like some of these people like Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren and stuff who just are ready to just let them all in. Let whoever wants to cross the border can cross the border. Joe said, "No, you're at least gonna do. We're at least gonna stop, criminals and felons. Those guys have to be deported. There's no way you can get around that." So I'm giving him that one. But there was another kind of, I guess, semi-gaff, you could say, when at the same event, I believe it was the same event, an audience member said, "Please don't take money from corporations." And he said, "I don't take money from corporations," Biden said in response. "You listen to Bernie too much." And it seems like he's going after Bernie because Joe Biden has been sliding a little bit. His poll numbers are looking better, but Bernie is definitely looking like the favorite in terms of who's going to benefit from a lot of these, a lot of the controversies going on with Joe at the moment. And Elizabeth Warren is dropping like a frickin' brick in water. But the worst part of that is this is not true, because if you watch the video I've made about a month ago, maybe a month and a half, it wasn't a popular video, but it was a short one, probably 8-10 minutes, about Joe basically starting a Super Pac. As it says here, a Super PAC was set up in support of Biden in October. The Biden campaign initially said it would not welcome the support of a Super PAC, but shifted its position as the former president has struggled with fundraising, particularly in the third quarter. And it still remained the case. He's gotten a little bit more money, but not nearly what Andrew Yang. I think I saw an article that Andrew Yang did a fundraiser and got like, I think it was like $800,000 in a night. And that's big for somebody like him. That may not be for other people, but as somebody who's financing a lot of his own campaign and isn't really raising as much as the other guys, Andrew Yang raking in that much in one night is very good for him. Bernie is rolling in it, rolling in the money right now. If there's a candidate out there who's pouring in the money, Bernie's getting the support, and there's a reason why he's getting hammered by all the other ones. Elizabeth Warren is doing bad, but Bernie's really pouring in the money from individual voters. I know he doesn't take any money from the super PACs, but Joe's come back around. I wanted to make a comment on this because it's pretty bad that he's still trying to say that he doesn't take money from him when he's been struggling to raise money, and now he has to. All right, that was a little much, but next video or next article. Obama said, "I don't care if you like that nominee. just vote Democrat. Oh, and there's old Bernie laughing it up, because he knows this guy hates his guts. The other day I made another video about Obama, basically saying he's gonna fight Bernie if he ever becomes the favorite. And now Obama, I think he got a lot of criticism because Obama, for the past 3 years, he's been extremely quiet. He's a lot like what Bush did, where Bush just, as soon as he got out of office, he fell off a cliff. And so did Obama. He had a few things. He had the little Netflix deal, and he gave a couple speeches, but he really wasn't out there. Like, I expected Obama to be out there shilling himself like crazy, just dollar bill, y'all. Give me all the speeches and money. He was so popular. You would have expected that from him, but he didn't. But he's gotten a lot of criticism over the past couple of weeks because he's been coming out in defense of certain candidates, saying he would support obviously a more moderate candidate. He hated how left we're going, specifically referring to Elizabeth Warren and Bernie. And now I think he's gotten a little bit of hate from that part of the party, and is saying that he wants everybody to support the Democrat. Former President Barack Obama doesn't care if his fellow Democrats like the 2020 candidate. He just wants them to pull the lever for whoever wins in the nomination. Everybody needs to chill out about the candidates, but gin up about the prospect of rallying behind whoever emerges from this process, Obama told tech leaders during a fundraiser in Silicon Valley on Thursday. There are 16 candidates still running for the Democratic nomination, but only 4 are polling in double digits. A bunch are 1 or even 0%, but Obama said whoever gets the nod should get the vote. There will be differences between the candidates, Obama said, but I want to make sure that we keep in mind relative to the ultimate goal, which is to defeat a president and a party that has taken a sharp turn away from a lot of core traditions and values and institutional commitments that built this country. Those differences are relatively minor. This is some bull. He's trying to patch it up, but it's not. The difference between Bernie and Elizabeth Warren versus Joe Biden and somebody like Tulsi Gabbard, there's a big difference there. These super ultra liberals are not the same. These borderline full blown, I mean, if you're in Bernie's case, full blown socialists, there's a big difference between them and the moderate old what do you want to call them, deep state, whatever, your Joe Bidens, your Obamas, your Clintons. There's a big difference. As I said in my other video, these people can be different parties very, very easily. So this seems like Obama's trying to smooth out the sand of what he messed up last week. It's I just want to say first off that this is a terrible position. This is exactly why we need multiple parties, and this is exactly what's wrong with the country at the moment. Of just whoever it is, forget about it. We just got to beat Trump. It doesn't matter if Elizabeth Warren or Bernie or Booker. It doesn't matter who wins. Just pull that blue lever. Don't even think about it. I hate those people are the worst in the country. They're everything wrong with the system. You just brain dead, pull the lever. What was I saying? The field will narrow, and there's going to be one person. And if it's not your perfect candidate, there are certain aspects of what they say that you don't agree with, and you don't find them completely inspiring the way you'd like. I don't care, he said, because the choice is so stark and the stakes are so high that you can't afford to be ambivalent in this race. And it seems like he's trying to work up the base, I guess. But to be honest, it would seem like Obama is probably closer to Trump on a lot of things. Some of these candidates like Bernie, there's a reason he doesn't like them. They're so far apart that he knows that a lot of these middle guys, if we go to Bernie or if we go to Elizabeth Warren, a lot of these independents, I made another video about this, they're going to go to Trump or they're just not going to vote. So now, after the past couple of weeks of making a divide, somebody, probably Joe, came up to him and said, "Hey, buddy, I'm probably going to be that guy. Can you cool it? Can you bring the party together? Because this ain't what we need right now. It already ain't looking good." So Obama is saying that voters should blindly vote whoever has a D next to their name, whether they like the candidate or not. And then this is just some polling stuff. Gallup released a poll last week that had some troubling news for Democrats. Just 66% of the party faithful say they're enthusiastic about the upcoming election. For the Republicans, the number is 65. This number differs from the typical pattern Gallup has seen over the years, whereby those who identify with the political party of the incumbent president have been less enthusiastic about voting than members of the opposing party. That's pretty common sense. And we'll just read these last little things. Your candidate might be better on, I don't know, healthcare than Joe is. Joe Biden said on MSNBC. But you've got to look who's going to win this election. And maybe you have to swallow a little bit and say, okay, I personally like so-and-so better. But your bottom line has to be that we have to beat Trump. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is everything wrong with the country, is that you just suck it up and just vote for whoever. Donald Trump is a product of exactly this thinking, but on the opposite end, on the Republican side, of people just saying, vote for Jeb Bush. Didn't you love the other two? Didn't you love those wars, right? Those wars? Those were great. Why don't you just vote for John McCain? Don't you love the he's going to stop the pork barrel spending. Guys, vote for me. You got your Romneys running. You got your just oh god, the Republicans lost their mind and they lost their way, and it seems like the Democrats are just doing the same thing. They're just inviting another Trump. Maybe it's not going to be the same thing. Maybe it ends up being a Bernie Sanders. But that's the reason he can be popular. That you've got these crazies saying, just vote for whoever wins. Oh, never mind the person behind the curtain. Never mind that we stacked the deck for Hillary Clinton. Don't worry about that. Oh, evil Hillary Clinton laughing all the way to the bank as she steals all your votes. Never mind that. Just pull the trigger. Oh shit! I said trigger. Oh god, I'm gonna get banned from YouTube. I didn't mean it. Just pull the lever. Pull the lever for the blue guy. Ignore it. Don't think about it. Ignore that we rigged the election. Ignore that we're about to do it again. And just do it. Just vote. Just vote for who we say. Damn it.